Continuity is the byword for both sets of selectors. Andrew Strauss plays his 50th Test match as England are able to name an unchanged team for the 6th consecutive Test match. First time that that's ever happened in history. South Africa 4 games in a row without changing their side, though it's worth pointing out that 4 of that top 6 have never played a Test in England before. It's Andrew Strauss who'll be on strike for England. Everybody's on the edge of their seats. And there's some swing there. There we go. England are away with something positive. The first boundary of the Test match by Andrew Strauss.
Up and over. Just a little bit wide, but I don't think he'll be all that disappointed, Morné Morkel. I don't think Alistair Cook was totally in control. 4 runs nevertheless. No, and that's put away. I think we'll give Alistair Cook the benefit of the doubt. Just guarded away past Neil McKenzie in the gully. Oh, a bit of nerves showing, yeah. Morné Morkel, he's been vested with the opportunity of really doing the strike bowling, and he hasn't really performed that well. It's been a bit sprayed. There might be a bit of nerves. Dale Steyn, young man. Morné Morkel, first game at Lords, also under a little bit of pressure to perform.
Well, short again, and Andrew Strauss has just forced him away. That's a good chance to get into the boundary. It runs quickly. It's beautiful, this outfield.
The game's just changed a bit here. This is the 21st over. Cloud cover around. England have made it to 50, but suddenly South Africa have closed in a bit by bowling a fuller length.
Too short from Makarantini, who was obviously expecting this pitch to have a bit more zip and bounce in it. As it is, England race on to 70 for no wicket.
Oh, and yet again Cook has a bit of fortune. That area between slip and gully has worked for Alistair Cook today. It's extraordinary in this game of cricket how things go for you one day and not the next. Good play, and it takes Alistair Cook to a sensible 50. He's in control of himself out there, which is a most important thing in Test match cricket. That's something he's appreciated by the crowd. They know conditions are tricky. They know that patience matters.
Yeah, that'll run nicely along this outfield. Once you get it in the gap, 4 runs. Andrew Strauss, and that brings up the 100 partnership for these two. 103 for none for England. That's the second 100 partnership by these two left-handers. The first one they got was against New Zealand here at Lords, and now they've done it again against South Africa.
Good Test match batting. They've laid a real platform for Kevin Pietersen. Will they be able to take advantage? These two are not finished yet.
That's 4. Not quite what Andrew Strauss wanted, but he'll take it. It came off the middle. Oh, he's given him. I think there was a thought there. It was very full, but did it pitch outside? The umpire says no. He's very full and he missed it, did Andrew Strauss.
He's not convinced, Andrew Strauss. He thinks it might have pitched outside leg, and that's why he's a little upset. Daryl Harper didn't agree. He thought it might have just pitched on.
Well, that's unlucky, and that's why I've always been in favour of using technology for the carpet, because he's got in, made a lovely score, and he's been given out by an umpiring mistake.
It's a leading edge from Vaughan to get off the mark. He's looking at it, that through mid-on. Must have been a little bit of late movement away from Steyn.
This is very typical of a period where a side gets a wicket suddenly begins to believe in themselves again.
I remember Steyn clean bowling Michael Vaughan a couple of times in South Africa a few winters ago, and he's done it again. Extraordinary. Well, there you are. That just shows that lightning can strike twice. A couple of times in the winter series a couple of years ago, Steyn was too quick for Vaughan, got through his defence, and he's done it again.
And the really beautiful thing for the South Africans is that that ball swung late. There she goes, and Michael Vaughan stuck in the crease. No feet, as they'd say up north. It's a fantastic bit of fast bowling, exploiting a little flaw in Michael Vaughan's game. Now, a very different story. It's 117 for 2.
Now here comes Kevin Pietersen. Lots of buzz around the ground. It's his 40th test. Amazingly though, it's his first appearance against his former countrymen, South Africa. He made 3 centuries in 6 one-day internationals against them when he first came on the international scene, but this is his first test appearance against them. That was too quick, and that could be out. Was that off the handle of the bat? Yes, definitely. Fantastic delivery from Morne Morkel, and suddenly South Africa are in amongst England. Alistair Cook is the man who heads off, and again he's got to 50 odd and then hasn't been able to go on.
This is a fantastic piece of bowling. Look at that length, cramping the batsman tight into the body, the extra bounce that Morne Morkel is famous for, causing the problem. Cook not up to the task. Well, he might celebrate because he had an ordinary morning. Maybe he'll have a blinder of an afternoon. This is a tremendous little burst from the South Africans. 60 made by Alistair Cook. England blinking. It's 117 for 3.
Bell's immediately off the mark. It's just a disappointing ball really in the end from Morkel after the absolute snorter that he got Cook with to let England off the leash like that. Well, that's in the air from Ian Bell, but he's middled it, he's avoided the fielders, and he's got 4. Edge of your seat stuff, this.
That's a beautiful shot. That's going to be a strong area. Makhaya-Ntini's got to rethink this. 4 more runs for Kevin Pietersen, and that's a trademark shot from him. That'll give him a little bit of confidence. Bell has been the man in possession of all the shots, but Pietersen now with his first boundary.
Well, that was a straight ball, good length, and Pietersen's just swatted it to the square leg boundary. Yeah, that's a good shot. Excellent placement as well as timing by Kevin Pietersen. 2 fours off the over. He's just picked the spinner nicely. Well, he's got to that. Don't worry about that. That's out of the park. He's got that absolutely perfectly. Struck it over long on, long way for 6. Oh, that's a cheeky again. They're both very, but it's Pietersen's 50. Yeah, he's coming back for 2. And well played, both of them. They played very well indeed. That's a 100 partnership. Takes England into a very good position indeed. They both played well in the different fashions.
What a great thing too for this big crowd here. So much expectation about particularly Pietersen's performance, but also whether or not Bell had the mettle to play against South Africa. I think they're answering the questions. Oh yes, how about that? This is really suddenly quite special.
Lovely shot from Ian Bell, just guarded down to 3rd man. It's been a productive area for England, and that brings up his 50. He's 19th. He'd be mighty pleased with that.
And I reckon he deserves the credit for changing the flow and the pattern of the innings. It's given a tremendous momentum to England that Kevin Pietersen picked up on. Now it's the most dominant position they're in.
Oh yes, that is a very good cricket shot. It wasn't all that short, and he just made a little bit of room and timed it superbly and placed it even better.
Oh, over to my side. Beautifully played, and that brings up the 150 partnership between Peterson and Bell. Glorious shot down towards the mound stand. Really, this crowd this afternoon have enjoyed a treat. Oh, and over late. Here comes the second new ball. That's going to be 4, I think. It's just going to beat the deep square leg fielder, or will he get it? No, it's just done him. That's a perfect shot, really, because it's teased the fielder all the way, and it takes Peterson to 96.
A moment that Kevin Peterson will never forget. A supreme 100. A supreme day for the South African-born batsman who's lit the greatest stage.
That's a look of a man who's very worried about tomorrow morning. And where's it all going? Won the toss, and it's gone pear-shaped.
What a day! Kevin Peterson turns to acknowledge the crowd who stand to him here at Lord's. This is a place he loves to bat. He's never been on the winning side with England here, but he's made a lot of runs here. Can England turn that around for him? Peterson, unbeaten with 104, will carry on tomorrow morning. So will Ian Bell, unbeaten with 75. They've put on 192 together. They're only 5 away from the best partnership for this wicket against the South Africans. It's been a splendid performance and thoroughly entertaining. 1 for Dale Steyn, 2 for Morne Morkel, but truth be told, South Africa have disappointed with the ball.
Oh, lovely shot. That's a beauty. That'll be for Peterson's first boundary. And it'll bring up a record partnership for the 4th wicket between England and South Africa. It beats the 197 that Walter Hammond and Les Ames put on in 1938. It also brings up the 200 partnership. And what a shot to do it with. Oh, great shot. Really is a very good shot. Good line from Intini, but too short. And Peterson at the top of the bounce. First 4 on the offside. He's in prime touch, looking very dangerous for South Africa.
Whoa! It's incredible to watch, mainly because he's got so much time. I know it's a slow pitch, and yes, South Africa are bowled too short. Peterson seems able to do what he wants. 53 runs scored by England in 40 minutes. Any hope South Africa might have had seems to be crushed. Well placed by Peterson. In fact, it's so well placed that the boundary is only narrowly avoided. It means that this pair's put on 250 together, and in good time, 341 balls. Yes! That is a beautiful, near-perfect innings from Ian Bell. He raised his arms in joy because he has 100 against South Africa at Lord's.
Shot. That's his 150. That's the 5th time he's got 150 or more. It's a great record of that. A lot of people getting hundreds, small hundreds, but get them big. That way you control the game, make a big total for your team. A super innings. That's gone. No need to worry about that. 400 up for England, and that's the first time they've scored 400 in the first innings of a test match for 13 test matches. is that a glove? Yes, it is. I just wondered. He gets bounced this morning, Morkel. Well, what a way to get out. Almost strangled out from a short bouncer, but it's well bowled. He had to do something because Peterson was playing brilliantly. He knew he'd nicked it. He was off walking.
Just a little glove on the way through. Boucher does the rest, but Peterson magnificent. Listen to the response.
Paul Collingwood had waited 60 overs to bat when he came to the crease to replace Kevin Peterson. Out of form and out of luck after being banned from 4 one-day internationals and having lost the one-day captaincy to Peterson, Collingwood's bad luck continued with the dubious decision that sent him back into the pavilion for just 7. Ambrose followed shortly after, but Ian Bell carried on in the same vein as he moved past his 150, and supported by Stuart Broad, he took England past the 500 mark.
Oh, what a shot. Everyone either saving one or back on the boundary. No slips for Makaran Tini as he comes back into the attack, but no containing Ian Bell. Well, that's clever as well. Beautifully done. Caressed just wide of the keeper where perhaps second slip would have been. Almost taking the Michael here, Ian Bell.
Oh.
It's going to take some stopping. Confident shot from Stuart Broad, who's looked in every innings he's played for England an eminently accomplished batsman. That's a 100 partnership between Bell and Broad, brought up with that nifty little scamper back for 2. .50 for Stuart Broad, collared through the offside with a minimum of fuss. He said before this summer that he wanted to cement the number 8 spot in the England side, and who's going to take it away from him now, Barry?
On the evidence of that shot, nobody.
Oh, he's hit that. Just a short ball, he just smacked it away. Well, that's another record for England. It's their highest score against South Africa at Lords. Oops. Simple. Well, that's a beautiful shot, isn't it? That's as good as any batsman you'll see play. He played it with ease, superb timing, it cleared the fielder with consummate ease. He's such a good player, this lad.
In the air, and just a little bit lucky for Stuart Broad, but it brings up the 150 partnership. 150, and Stuart Broad has got 76. And Ian Bell, he's been there for a long time for his 186, 572 for 6. England in the driver's seat.
Oh, yes, sir.
Bowled him. He's eventually got one that's pitched in the rough, and it's just turned past Stuart Broad's bat. And what a partnership this has been, and what a knock from the young man. Relief on the face of Harris. He's got his second wicket. Stuart Broad departs. He's played wonderfully well.
And the reception will endorse that, Barry, because he might even get a standing ovation from the Lord's crowd. They know that in their midst is a most special cricketer. A young man with talent, but moreover with temperament. Terrific moment for him. Terrific to have watched him play as well as he had. 76 for Stuart Broad. It's 574 for 7.
Buzz of anticipation around Lords as Dale Steyn bowls to Ian Bell on 198, and he pulls it away in the air. Could it be a chance? No, it's just safe. Just out of reach of Jacques Kallis at short mid-wicket. Luckily for Bell, totally off the splice. Oh, he's taken him! Oh no! Ian Bell deprived of his double century, one short. A very smart bit of work by Paul Harris, takes the court and bowled. Michael Vaughan decides on the spur of the moment to declare. Well, poor Ian Bell, he really deserved that double century, and the crowd know it. They're showing their appreciation for a fabulous innings. It was an innings studded with great strokes and writ all over with fabulous class. And it was really the reason why England have managed a colossal score of 593 for 8 declared.
And the foundation for that colossal total that Simon was talking about came from Andrew Strauss and Alistair Cook, who played so well when the ball was moving around after England had been put into bat on Thursday morning. Then there was that extraordinary performance from Kevin Pietersen, quite an emotional performance, and then Bell took over with Stuart Broad, who made 76, his highest test score, and Bell's highest test score too. 593 for 8 against an attack that just failed to deliver. A wicket for Dale Steyn, 4 for Morne Morkel. He does have all the talent in the world, and he'll learn masses from his experience here, and 3 in the end for the persevering Paul Harris.
Catch. Oh, yes, it's gone straight up to gully. That's the wicket England wanted. It's a big wicket getting Smith out. Next to Callis is the best player in the team, and it's an early breakthrough for England. Jimmy Anderson's done it.
It was impressive to see the England bowling attack pressing home the early advantage. Hashim Amla and Jacques Callis both went cheaply, and at 83 for 3, it was Monty Panesar's turn to make his mark.
Can you believe it? No wonder Monty's gone mad. He's absolutely jumping up and down. He's bowled him round his legs. Can you believe it? What a wicket that is straight after lunch. Monty, you beauty.
Stunning from Panesar. It's what Shane Warne calls the pickpocket delivery, bowled behind the batsman's legs. It just pitches in a rough bit where the bowler's feet land and turns sharply to hit the outside of the leg stump. Fabulous work. It wasn't probably what he was planning for, really. It was just a bit of a loosener. But what a bonus, getting rid of Neil McKenzie for 40. Now South Africa 83 for 4.
Lovely shot. He's been very good off his legs as Ashwell Prince.
Big shot from Prince. Maybe not quite fully in the middle, but planted enough distance on it to get it past the long-on fielder and to the boundary to bring up the 50 partnership for the 5th wicket, just partially redressing the balance of the morning session.
Now he wants 50, he's got 50. Ashwell Prince has worked extremely hard. After a blazing start, he's had to knuckle down. Well, he might raise his bat.
Catch it.
Now then. Oh, he's got it. Plucked it out of midair, has James Anderson. Monty Panesar gets due reward against A.B. de Villiers. They've had a terrific little contest together. But that is some catch.
Absolute beauty from James Anderson. How athletic can you be? He made the decision to go down. He didn't quite get there. He thought he'd follow through, and what a catch. That's brilliant from James Anderson. Fast bowler, just bowling at the other end. Must be just a little bit tired, and he's plucked one out. De Villiers will be disappointed. He's done some hard work, but now South Africa in trouble again. 161 for 5.
Only Ashwell Prince showed any resistance as South Africa tried to regroup, but his 8th Test 100 was the one positive thing in the first innings, which subsided to 247 all out. This left the South Africans 346 behind England. Michael Vaughan, unsurprisingly, enforced to follow on, and in the last 4 overs of the day, South Africa added 30 without loss to leave them still 333 in arrears.
Good shot. Didn't try to hit that too hard, Neil Mackenzie. He'll get 4 as it races down the hill. There'll be plenty of runs for South Africa today. It's a lovely sunny day, which is great for batting. The pitch is straw-coloured, no great bounce or pace.
That's in the air, but it's wide. Brought the slight mistake from Neil Mackenzie. Didn't quite get to the pitch. And that's been cut away. Just a little bit wide, and that's a 50 for Graeme Smith. He'd be delighted with that. Failed in the first innings, put England in, so nothing's gone right, but this might just turn it around for him.
Now this is 50 for Neil Mackenzie. Muted applause from the crowd, but actually in terms of appreciation of mental strength and conviction to the task, you'd have to commend him. As England toiled, South Africa added runs with patience and dedication to the cause. Graeme Smith led from the front with a quite magnificent 100, and although he lost his wicket soon after, it was to be England's only success of the day. Shortly before the close, Neil Mackenzie also made it to 3 figures after a 6.5-hour vigil in which he faced 307 balls, leaving South Africa at the end of the 4th day on 242 for 1, and now just 104 behind with 1 day of the match remaining. South Africa started the 5th day still 104 behind, but Graeme Smith and Neil Mackenzie reduced the deficit by a further 87 before England finally made the breakthrough. Yes, yes! Look at the relief. At last, Neil Mackenzie's vigil has to end. What a performance from the South African opening batsman. The 4th longest innings ever played at Lord's. 9 hours and 13 minutes he's been out there. By the time Mackenzie was out, South Africa had nullified England's efforts and were only 17 behind and still had 8 wickets in hand. Apart from the wicket of Jacques Kallis for 13, England found it hard graft on such a benign pitch, and the game seemed to be heading for stalemate. Hashim Amla made it 3 out of 300s for South Africa's top 3, and at 10-5 it was handshakes all round. First Test match drawn. Confirmation of the rearguard, hundreds for Smith, Mackenzie, Amla. Only 3 wickets lost in 2 days of batting. That's a quite exceptional performance. James Anderson was very, very good for England. If there's a disappointment there, it's probably Monty Panesar. Nothing in the wickets column on a 5th day pitch. We might have expected him to bowl a little slower or attempt a little more trickery. There are the bare facts. England 593 for 8 declared. South Africa 247 and 393 for 3. Match draw.